Hi, Erica. I'm going to do your soul rebirth journey now. So, we're going to clean up your spiritual atmosphere, clean up your chakras, give you a super balancer. Anything that spirit wants to share, we're going to go there. And we'll just ride that tidal wave and make you feel awesome, okay? So, there's a weird, I see a woman. She's pushing out what is like a mucusy thin layer. She's pushing it out. And then it sort of snaps. It sort of like pops a bubble that is around her. It pops it and then it's like bubble gum. You like blow it out and then it goes pop and then it comes kind of back. So it sort of pops and then the substance sort of comes sort of into a glop that she's sort of washing it like it's clothes now. Out a window, like she's sort of like an old time scene here. Like there's a wash basin right out her window, and now she's washing dirty clothes or something. But it was a mucusy green, gooey bubble. She's trying to let the light in, Spirit says. That sack's been on there's preventing the light from coming in her window. She's trying to wash things up. She's trying to get things clean. Let her clean. Let her get the light in. What's the big deal? What's so question marky about this? We see that her cottage is also sort of in a dark wood. So it's shadowy. It's hard to get the light in. Even though now that this sack has been broken, it's hard to get even additional light to come in. Just because of the trees. How do we get her head above the trees? Oh, this is so happy and exciting. This is so wonderful. Lifting you up and out and your head above the trees and into the light. Getting you up there. There's actually like a fire truck ladder that's somehow coming out of her window now and she's climbing up it. It's like perfectly balanced somehow. She's climbing up it and going up into the light right now. She's an older woman. She's like a granny. She's like 7 years old, has her hair in a little bun. She's kind of cartoony effect as she climbs up the ladder and gets into the light. She is happy. She is ready for whole new things. She's ready to open the curtains. She's ready to let the fresh air come in. She's ready to embrace sunlight in her life. She's ready to feel free of what is too long of dingy clothes and dingy light and dingy shadowy is sort of like there's a dingy energy that she's just so done with it. She's been through the dingy energy life experience that she's needed, and she's so done with it, and she's just ready for fresh air and purifying the mind with fresh breezes and sunlight and positive energy, and really letting go of all that old energy, cluttery, boggy garbage energy. It's like smog. Living in a smog world and saying that this is normal and accepting it, but now suddenly you got a weird change of pace and now it's like I'm living in a smog world. I'm ready to get some fresh air in here. I'm ready to pop the bubble and get the light in. That's what she's like. She's still climbing the ladder up into the light. As she gets closer to the top, she sort of loses her grip and starts to slide down. Her hands are along the sides. She starts to slide down the ladder a little bit. The ladder starts to slide down and she with it. So it's sort of an awkward moment here. She's trying to get up into the light. She's doing it though, even despite some hiccups along the journey into the light. She is not giving up and she is still doing it. She shows me that part of the ladder actually breaks off and falls, and now she's sort of there, but not quite as high into the sky as she wants to be. And now that she's like, well, how can I get up higher? I want to get up higher than even this ladder. Now, when she says that the ladder is just sort of in control and it's like trying to pull her back to the ground. But she is not concerned about the ladder. The ladder has no power over whether or not I will get to the light. I will find a way to get to the light even more and more and more. I will find a way. She really is determined. You really are determined to feel fresh and renewed and purified. You really are determined. Spirit is saying, so okay. I don't believe them when they say this, but they say we're going to take the long journey. We're going to explore some things and learn about some things. It's time to leave your home. It's time to be... So we see an image, right, where she's making her way into the light. She discovers that the ladder is not going to get her as high as she wants to go within her heart. She has to come up with some other solution. So she is coming to an acceptance that there's some other way. Me, Abby, it's like, just go there. Just go there. But Spirit's like, no, she needs to take the long journey. She needs to learn some things. And on this learning journey, then she will start to find herself already in the light, so to speak, is what they're saying. So it's like Abby's like, there's other ways, there's faster ways, but Spirit's like, no. It's like, I don't believe you, Spirit, there's other ways. So we'll follow the long journey into the dark woods, okay? I'm delighted. I'm excited in my heart. I feel there's so much potential, really bright, beautiful potential here. You have a positive attitude and you are ready for the journey. And you're walking on the pathway into the woods. You're an old woman still. You have a little handbag and everything. It's like you didn't pack a lunch, but I mean, you're dressed and ready to go. You have your little piece on over you to hold your hair. You have a little scarf or whatever. I mean, you got a little bag. You're ready to go. It's sort of like fairy tale. It's like 1700s style, like cottage in the woods kind of old woman in, kind of dress and everything. This is going to get a little bit darker. As she goes into the dark woods, it's as if the scene is changing and we're going to go into a darker space to help purify that in the light. I'm just walking through a space of darkness. There's no defined walls or floor or ceiling. There's an anger consciousness in here. I also feel naked in here. I am naked, but I don't necessarily feel vulnerable about that. I'm just walking naked through this space. But I feel anger inside my heart. I feel anger. I feel mad. And this is raging from like a sexual consciousness space. I do. I feel like something is just not balancing right, and it's making me feel like a loss of the sacredness of my divine self. I just feel angry. I don't know where my body's at. That's what I keep saying. I keep feeling, where's my body at? Even though I am a body, there's something missing about my reflection. There's something that I've lost along the way. I need to find it. I'm going to a closet. It's like full of outfits, but they're bodies. I'm looking for the right outfit, but looking for the right body. Where's my body at? Where's my body at? I'll never get it back. It's like a long journey of trying to find this thing that is missing, and I'll never get it back. I cannot find it. Where is it? How come it is still so lost to me? It doesn't feel like the body I'm wearing is not full. It's not whole. It's not complete. There's something missing about my body. This something does not feel complete about me, and I'm angry. I feel mad. I even put my hands here, and there's sort of an electric energy that is sort of vibrating out of my head. The anger is so much, it's about to break this room in half. And it is. It's breaking the room in half, and then it breaks you into two pieces. As the room splits in half, so do you. And now it's opened up here. There's just a ravine here and two versions of yourself. One opens the door here, the other opens the door there, and now they're coming into the middle. It's a simultaneous action, but left action and then right action happening simultaneously from two sides, coming into the meeting in the middle. They both hate each other, though. The right hates the left hates the right, and good riddance. It's a good thing we're separated. I can't stand you. Humph, the other one says. It's so irritated by that other side that it wouldn't even speak a word to that other side. It isn't even worth my time to say another word to you. It's a waste of my breath. So then it just nose in the air. To hate each other. I will go separate ways. Get away from me. Get away from me. You know, just moving literally as far away from each other as they can. Even their hearts now are angry inside themselves as they're looking for a part of themselves now. And they're mad at themselves. They're screaming on the inside. So I hear right. I am in the right space. The right side is now a consciousness of its own kind. It is now enduring the same thing, looking for a part of itself that it is missing. It is getting mad inside itself. It is getting angry, and it wants to explode. It starts to create electricity, and then it splits in half. Now it has a right and a left side that it can't stand. Left side is doing the exact same. So now you're having all of these fragmenting pieces, more and more and more and more, and none of them can stand each other. So they're going to keep exploding and breaking in halves. And so how many halves eventually turn into like infinite numbers of you repetitively not accepting of yourself. Feeling continuously, though, feeling that you have lost a part of yourself, but choosing to let go of a part of yourself that you can't stand. So you have lost a part of yourself by choice because you can't stand that part of yourself. So you've lost that part of yourself to make yourself feel better. But in the end, you only continue to feel as though you have lost a part of yourself and trying to get rid of more parts of yourself that you cannot stand. Well, Okay, I'm back. My camera was getting all goofy there. So give me a minute here and we'll get back to where I was. I ask this space full of versions of you, if you could be good enough for yourself. Could left maybe be not so bad? Could right be okay? Maybe we need to discover that all parts of ourself, all sides of ourself are beautiful. Maybe it's okay to come and look at each other eye to eye and say, I'm sorry for all the things that I've said to you. Left side says, you really are worth the time and day for me to talk to you. Right side says, I am sorry. Left side says, I want to work on this too. Now we see a man and a woman, parts of each other that are not merging fully, but choosing to work on it together. When this relationship heals, the hearts heal too. The heart becomes whole again. The heart mends. The heart feels free. The heart feels the light within itself and around itself. And the heart discovers that in the light is infinite numbers of light, infinite vibrations of love. And it feels so much more whole, so much more alive, when it is being caressed by light and held by infinite numbers of love. It does not feel alone in its own world. It feels surrounded by love. It understands love more deeply, more intimately than it has ever known about love before. Now it looks into the eyes of this one that it loves, and it sees that within its heart is a part of its own heart. The one that this one loves is starting to feel alive with love too, and there's sort of a gray mask that is lifting from them both and sort of just evaporating in the atmosphere, and they're finding the light within each other, around each other. They are experiencing true wisdom, true love, true light, true harmony, true balance, true companionship, true love. There is still a lot to work on here with you both, Spirit says. I see a man and a woman. It is time to remove some things being pulled out of your backside, being pulled out of his backside, hoses, but made out of metal. Can you stand before each other and make this change? Do you want to work together to make this change? When you make this change together, you transform together. Your identity and oneness becomes even brighter together. Two lights now becoming one light makes one bright light, or two individual lights. What do your hearts say? Left is thinking about it. Right is thinking about it. They both acknowledge that they want to work on this, but parts of their heart feel a lot of damage, and they're not quite sure if they want to try to make amends or maybe go their separate ways, but on better terms this time. Spirit asks again, male half, do you want to heal? Female half, do you want to heal? Do you both want to heal together, or do you want to heal separately? Right half, female half gets mad. It's starting to get really mad inside. He's not gonna understand me. He's not. If we heal together, it's never gonna be together. It's always gonna be whatever he wants. It's never gonna be exactly what I want. He feels this vibration coming from your heart, and now he feels like giving up. He just feels like there's no point in trying anymore. I don't see the point in really trying anymore. I don't exactly want to heal with somebody who doesn't want to heal with me, who can't love me for who I am. She is so mad. He still doesn't get it. He doesn't get me. She's so mad. She feels as though she has been wronged. She will remain hooked up to the machine, to the energy, until she acknowledges that it's the energy itself that is preventing her from having a real blessing of understanding. He actually is willing to try. Suddenly she says, okay. If there is some higher energy force that is preventing me from feeling the connection and the love I have with him, with left side, I'm willing to try this alternative pathway. I'm going to give this a chance. Right says to left. Female says to male. She holds his hands as she looks into his eyes, and she says, I am going to give this a chance with you, wholeheartedly, and I am serious. He feels the seriousness, and he is ready as well. Spirit says, then it is done. These attachments have been removed. energy vibration is able to fill both your spiritual atmospheres. It has to do with your heart portals now having the freedom to breathe with each other. Easy breathing. You both actually share quite an honest love. I don't know if this is reflective of a relationship or a reflection of your consciousness and your state of balance within yourself, or both. But I'm telling you, there is an honest love between right and left sides. There's a very honest and worthwhile love between male and female. And it's worth working on. And it's actually not hard work. Part of it is allowing the right side, allowing the female side to acknowledge that there is something valuable here to this, and I'm not going to stop trying to discover what that is. I will not stop. I will continuously keep working on letting go of my fears of commitment or love or deeper connection. I will continue to work on my fears. And there are massive fears in the female side, and it's related to the sexual body and a female expression, and it's different. It's not like normal female fears about, attractiveness or, whatever that might be. This is really different in the way that it feels. It's coming from somewhere else. It's coming from some hurt or pain that sort of you haven't been able to let go of it yet, and I'm going to try and find that soul fragment or whatever that is so we can actually create honest harmony and balance within their sexual body, because it is really insistent that it feels violated or it feels unbalanced, it feels angry. It's got a very negative energy to it. The consciousness itself is so wounded, sexually wounded. The consciousness itself is so sexually wounded that it hates. Wounds that deep, that hate that bad, have a demon attached to them. The demon of their own are a demon of their own kind. So what are demons exactly? They're souls that are broken, that are hurting inside, that are wounded so bad that they get angry, that they get mad for no explainable reason, right? Well, there is a reason for it. There is a reason for why this is happening. And there's pain involved. It's a really deep, painful wound, and it has got to be healed. Very much so healed. And it is so painful that it keeps getting dismissed at the higher mind level, that it must just be the relationship. It must just be that we're not meant to be together, or whatever this is. But it's actually not that. It's something else that's bothering you deep down. Something that is a really deep wound. And it's not allowing you to perceive things correctly. It's allowing you to perceive through the wounded eyes, through the wounded energy, instead of perceive through the eyes of healing, through the eyes of purification. So you getting this service with me so I can purify your chakras, your energy blocks, all that stuff, that's going to allow me to dip into the places where you are really jammed up and provide really and beautiful higher clarity. This soul rebirth journey is an amazing gift that you're giving to yourself, Erica, and allowing you to find that balance within and around yourself and within your own mental, emotional, sexual, physical, spiritual body is really positive. And as you continue to feel a bliss or a balance with this energy work, doing a chakra removal, like an upgrade, an energy upgrade, would be a really awesome thing to do in the future. But I think this is actually the right pathway. Doing all the clearing out energy, getting you your balance back, getting your balance right, so that way the true healing can come from the chakra removal. Because sometimes chakra removal gets used as like a band-aid for the deeper wounds, and it's not going to heal the deeper wounds. So I need to do shamanic journey work in order to heal the deeper wounds, and then really give you an outstanding experience through a chakra removal type gift. So Spirit is giving you a really big hug and looking into your eyes and saying, we love you so much. We're going to help you with this wound. We're going to help you heal. You who have asked, now you shall receive. That's what Spirit says. They ask you, do you know what this wound looks like? Can you imagine what it might look like? I'm going into a vein or a ripple of where the anger is coming from, allowing that wave, that water, that anger energy to move me into a place where I can heal a deeper aspect of you. I am speaking to your higher self and welcoming your higher self to take me there as well. So I say to your higher self, Erica's higher self, I welcome you to take me to a space where Erica's deepest wounds are, a space where she experiences the most energy blocks based on this wound, this energetic vibration alone. It could be it could span across lifetimes. Soul fragment retrieval is necessary, whatever it might be. But take me to the deepest, most wounded space in your spiritual atmosphere and Erica's spiritual atmosphere that I can share love, that I can get God's heart in there so she can feel that nourishment and healing and transformation. Your higher self comes to me as a beautiful woman, elegant, wearing a blue dress. It's light blue. There's some sort of white aspect that kind of goes down the front. It seems like a separate piece of material. There's some sort of button piece. It's got a yellow sort of, it's got a dark maroon color and then yellow, sort of holding like a cape of some kind, but it's all just sort of energy light looking. Beautiful woman. She has her hair in braids that are actually quite beautifully placed around her head. She's very beautiful, very calm and peaceful, very reserved, very sincere, loving expression, honest expression. She comes to me and looks in my eye and says, are you sure you want to go there? She is interesting. Of course I'm sure. I'm actually looking at her and choosing to go into her as my doorway. Said, I am here out of love. There is nothing in this infinite universe it does not need, does not long for, does not desire to be healed by love. No wound that is in so much pain that love cannot heal it. No trauma, no nightmare that cannot be healed with love. She's starting to turn into a crumple of clothes. Sort of like we saw at the beginning. She shows me herself invisible to the world. A naked woman, invisible. The energy is shifting or changing. She is lost within herself, lost within her own mind. She is walking to a space of darkness. The ground is breaking away and there's a dark sort of river starting to develop. It's sort of morphing into an ocean of darkness. But she is continuing to walk this pathway, walking on top of the dark energy, on top of this tar ocean. But her feet is sort of lapping against her feet. So her feet are sort of absorbing dark energy and it's going up from the feet into the body. She has not quite chosen to go that deep into darkness yet. She is only just getting started. She is only just getting a taste or stepping her feet into getting her feet wet, so to speak. She is not fully merged with darkness yet, Spirit says. She is exploring the dark side of herself. Souls do this. Souls do reach a point in time where they are ready to explore the dark side of themselves. Your soul in this moment here is choosing that. And when the soul chooses to explore that, now the journey becomes dark as well. And the soul experiences, the incarnate experiences can be difficult. They can be testing. They can manifest very severe emotional reactions. They can manifest a reaction so severe that you would murder somebody. You could do all kinds of things. You could enslave people. You could all kinds of stuff. You could also intermingle or intermix with other souls exploring the dark side of their souls, and you can develop very terrifying experiences with them. Experiences where you are now violated by their dark side, sexually, mentally, emotionally, however it may be. You could even find a delight in the darkness to such a degree that you will never want to leave it, and only wish to remain as the dark side of yourself. Your soul is only in the beginning of this, is what I'm seeing. Higher self is showing me a vast ocean, like a vast desert of dark energy. She wants to know. We're watching you continue to walk, but as you walk, you are going deeper into darkness. But you never go fully under the water. I see your eyes starting to turn black now. This is quite a dark wasteland. It's not really who and what you are, but it was worth exploring so you could learn some things. And some of those energy experiences are inspiring the negative reactions that aren't really you, that aren't really yourself, and you don't really know where they're coming from or why. It's partially just backlash from some of these incarnations where your soul is ready to explore that part of itself. That doesn't mean you're dark, it doesn't mean you're evil or anything. It just would explain why there's this backlash. That it's like, why is this happening? It's not really me. It's coming from this space. Because a part of you still is in this space. Part of you is still contemplating your identity in this space. Part of you is deciding what it is choosing. Doesn't mean you, Erica, have to endure those energy choices. I am working to. I could totally heal this space, but am I allowed to heal this space? Is it appropriate for me to heal this space? What can I do to make sure this space is not altering your pathway, or inviting certain feelings or reactions in you that aren't actually yourself, kind of thing? Because there's soul consciousness. There's so many consciousnesses of soul identities. I mean, one single higher self can split off into trillions and trillions and trillions of versions of itself, exploring all kinds of stuff at all different timelines, all different experiences. And some of these get kind of sort of sucked into like the actual certain incarnations. Like, how many incarnations are going at the same time? How many different versions of you are there right now out there consciously exploring the infinite universe? So you're sort of, I mean, you feel like quite a beautiful light reflection, but some parts of your soul are still sort of in that cesspool-y kind of place. It's not a bad thing. That's one of the misconceptions. I get that evil sucks. I get that people who are wrapped up in their ego, wrapped up in greed, who are choosing to torture other people. I mean, none of that stuff is pretty. None of that stuff is warm. None of that stuff is inviting. It's just a reflection of where the soul is at on their incarnate journey. And those souls can be transformed. Human beings can change with love instantly. I can help totally heal this, but I have to get permission from your higher self, from the spirit realm. Right now, they're just introducing this right now. So I'm bringing this aspect of you, the aspect that is angry, the aspect that feels challenged. I'm bringing you to this space. I want this version of your consciousness to see the other version of your consciousness that is sort of swimming now with the black eyes in this black ocean. I want you to see, and I want you to decide what this means to you. I'm asking this part of your consciousness, do you want to continue down this road? Do you like being angry? Do you like negative energy? Do you want to hurt people's feelings? Do you want to be a teacher of pain and suffering for yourself and for others? If you do not want to be a teacher of pain and suffering for yourself and for others, then you need to say that. I am light, I am love, and this is not who and what I am. This is not what I am choosing for those that I love, and I will not be this reflection. Spirit does not have feelings either way. You actually have a right to say, I want to be a terrorist. I want to murder people. I want to break people's hearts. I want to take somebody's heart and I want to throw it against a wall and watch it burst and splatter. I want to play in a bloodbath. I want to be a freaking crazy evil person. Spirit, it's part of the dark soul journey. But in this consciousness as Erica, you can say, oh, I actually, as this version of myself, I want to be love, and I want to be healing, and I want to heal others, and this isn't who I'm choosing to be. You got to choose, though. So when things are feeling off balance for no explainable reason, you need to identify that as a moment where I am not going to choose to give in to this emotion. I am not going to choose that because that is not who I am. They're wanting you to make that decision right now. So if you need some time to think about it, you should. But here we are. I'm making this video in the past. You'll be watching in the future. It doesn't matter. Just allow yourself to make a decision within your consciousness, and then we'll see what happens in the scene, okay? I'm drinking hot tea, and it's perfect right now. It's just the right energy for this type of work. So you are deciding. You actually are deciding from the bottom of your heart. You actually are taking the time to say, you know what? I'm not just going to respond by a reaction. I'm actually going to take the time to get to know how I truly feel inside. That's a really beautiful mark on your soul. That's a really beautiful mark on who you are. You actually do have the ability to take the time and really think about things. Really get to know yourself. Really get to know why you feel certain ways. And actually make a wholehearted decision to choose your own balance. That's amazing because a lot of people aren't at that caliber yet. So that's a huge total significant message about how wonderful your soul is, how advanced your soul is, that you as a human being can take the time to analyze and to explore and to feel and not just react, but actually contemplate. That's a huge mark of wow, your soul is advanced to be able to do that. So you sit down here at the ocean and you look at this version of yourself. You look at me and you say, can we save her? You say you want to save her? What are you saving her from? You say, I want you to save her from herself. She is sick, can't you see? She is now laying in darkness as though she is on a vacation in the ocean, sunbathing on a raft, but it's her body. She isn't even seeing things correctly. She is seeing darkness, and darkness is not true love. Darkness is deception. Darkness is illusionary love. She is sick. Can you help her? I ask your higher self, is it allowed? Higher self says, of course. My consciousness just said help her. I say, okay. I start singing a song. I lift my voice up to heaven and I start singing just tones and not words or language. It's kind of like Ariel, you know, she sings, ah, it's literally what it's like. It's like, but more beautiful because Ariel's singing is amazing. So my singing is amazing right now, as it really is in the spirit realm. It's awesome. I can sing like Ariel. I'm really good. I'm doing this. I'm continuing to sing tones of love. Really beautiful, like Ariel. I want to focus on this for a moment. I say, may this song reach her heart. May this song fill her with love and guidance. May this song bring her spirit back to life in the realm of love and healing. May this pain be healed. I'm starting to see the ocean altering its dynamic. It was not for me to walk out there and rescue her, to fly out there and rescue her. It was for me to sing this melody and welcome the melody to enter her heart and allow her to feel touched by love. Allow her eyes to rejoin with immaculate, loving energy. She is the dark tar ocean. She is this much pain. She is this much pain. And this much pain is starting to basically soak back inside of her experience, but as it soaks back inside, the song and the music is transforming it into love energy and light energy. She is starting to feel whole again. She is starting to even be a body, be a whole body, a whole mind, a whole consciousness of love. She is waking up now. She is coming around the cape. She's a dark oceanist now. It's a lot of this darkness soaked up, and now it's a big black cape that she is wearing, and she is quite angry. How dare you disturb me? She is quite angry. She is an evil energy, but I know she's just hurting inside. I tell her that. I tell her, I know you're just hurting inside. She's mad. Do you know what I've seen? Do you know what I've been through? Do you even have a clue what it has felt like? I say, I think I do know what it feels like. My soul too has endured a journey of nightmares. I think you know that as well. She is on the beach here with me, and I put my hand on her, over her heart. I say, you are beautiful, and I honor and revere your soul for your soul's journey and choices. I understand how hard it can be. I understand how those types of lifetimes can create very terrible memories in the soul journey, and it's hard to let go of them. I see you as beautiful, immaculate. I see your wounds as healing. Let go of the cape. Let it blow into the wind. Let the wind take it to God where it can transform into light and now be a cape of healing for the entire earth. Don't you agree? Let's let the suffering of one soul go as a gift of healing for the suffering of many souls. Let us hold hands and now look at the earth. Let us see the ways that our souls who have endured this journey of pain and suffering can now use this as a divine gift and blessing to transform all of these souls into reflections of love and healing. Don't you agree? She still feels hurt inside herself, and the pain inside herself makes it very hard for her to want to share love with anybody because she needs to feel love within herself still. She is softening. She is telling me she needs help. If she needs help. She keeps saying, I need help. I say, what can I do to help you? Show me so I can help you. I open up her heart as though it is a locket attached to her chest. I actually open the door and there is something inside. She gets mad at me. She says, you're going to take my heart and break it like everybody else. Is that what I am to you? Just a toy to be stepped on, destroyed, ruined, thrown away, trash? I say, remember, I'm here to help you. That is your wound speaking to me. That is not your heart speaking to me. I am delicate. I can help this wound. Would you like me to sing a song to you? I ask her to please rest. She is softening. She is welcoming the healing. She wants to feel like a child again. Free. She wants to be loved in a way that a child is loved, naturally loved. She asked me if I will hold her with love. I say, of course, I will. She transforms into a baby and I kiss her forehead. I tell her she is beautiful. There really is some sort of sexual malconduct wound in your spiritual atmosphere, and we have done a journey before and this came up in a very loud way and I could not identify if it was a past life or not. I was quite astonished by how severe and violating it was to you as a baby, and this really is coming from some other lifetime. And it was very violating. It was violating. It's really hard to digest those types of wounds because babies are reflections of God's love, and when they are violated, it's so horrible for me. She shows me again the similar scenes I have told you about in that other journey. A man that is touching her inappropriately when she is a baby. This time, I'm not going to go into the raw details. This man loves her, but he absolutely loves her, and when the love turns into he can't control his feelings, then it turns into something sexual. And then it becomes very violating and deranged, but he can't stop himself. He can't control himself. This really left a mark on your soul, on your reflection. And I am here to fully purify this. It was lifted up into the awareness, but it was not It was not. It is able to fully come out now. I ask this part of you, the one that is in so much pain, I ask her if she can forgive him, because sometimes we have to accept it was part of the learning, and we need to forgive, and we can pray for his soul that he may find a means to overcome those urges, that he can let go. Spirit said he already has overcome. But still, I think our prayer is what helps that. I think lifetimes in learning is what helps that. Sometimes those who violate, thou must be violated in order to truly understand what their choice, their soul choice is in future lifetimes. You're saying he is still a part of your spiritual atmosphere, and you would like him to be fully removed. He left a sexual imprint wound, and you would like him to be removed. And you say, okay. I thank your higher self by bowing before her, honoring her reflection and her journey. I tell her I will now go to this one, that I can heal his soul and help him enter into the light, that your spiritual atmosphere may be purified, that you can go on to feel the infinite balance within and around you, and truly make a wholehearted connection with this other, this left side, this male persona that you do love deep down inside. She is giving me something. She pulls it out of the heart that had the door, but it is now the higher self version that I see, the blue dress. She opens up what is now a doorway that hands me like a key or something on a chain, like a beautiful heart on a chain. She gives this to me. This is going to help me. It's also a music box. I open it and it's also a music box. It's quite ornate. It's totally beautiful. It's like the most beautiful heart locket I've ever seen in my whole life. And the chain for it is absolutely stunning. I mean, the entire creation is so immaculate. This is your heart, she says. It is this beautiful, this immaculate, and it sings this beautiful sound, just like Ariel's heart. Wasn't her voice put into a locket? A heart-shaped locket? There's something intertwined here about this. The sound, the song that it sings is beautiful. It's also your voice. It's also your heart. It's also your truth. It's also your identity. It is a gift. She puts the necklace around my neck, and I'm waiting now for the next thing. So, she takes me to what is the ocean of darkness. This version, you are not swimming in it. There is a latch, the door, a stairway that goes deep beneath the dark ocean. I'm going down. I say I'm here to help your soul, Fragment. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to think less of you. I'm here to heal you. I'm going to a very dark space down. I'm still going down into it. It is buried deep inside. He's mad at me. He hates that I am wearing that heart locket. He hates that I've got the voice side of it. He hates everything about this. He's hiding in a shadowy place. In the dark. How many more shadows can you manifest in pure darkness? But yet he is in a shadow in pure darkness. And he is sort of like a child of his own kind and telling me to get away from him. I came down here because I hate the light. Get your light away from me. Respect me. Respect my choices. I came down here. Get away from me. I say, I know. That voice is shame. I know that voice. You do belong in the light. It's over. We all succumb to our vulnerabilities. We have to learn how to forgive ourselves. God forgives you. But how far is God's forgiveness if you cannot forgive yourself? He hates this conversation with me. He can't stand it. His song is a scream. I don't know all of his story. I don't know why he is so vulnerable, why he made those choices. I don't know anything. He's just really... It's okay to tell me. I open up a door on his heart and I touch that's inside. It's broken glass shards and it hurts my fingertips. He shows me that is his heart. Do you like my heart? Does my heart feel good to you? I say this is not your heart. This is just glass shards. And your heart is beautiful. This is your idea of your own beauty. And I'm sorry that this is as good as you feel that you are. This isn't the truth about you. You're beautiful. Let's let go. It's time to come into the light now. I remove what is a falsified version of his heart wrapped around his chest. I remove it. His heart is deformed and growing like a wart. He is embarrassed. He doesn't want the light to see how ugly he is. I say the light sees how beautiful you are. That's why I came here. I put a single teardrop of love onto this wart of a heart and allow it to feel the truth of love inside, healing it. He starts to breathe. He starts to feel different. He's letting go. He's quickly letting go. He says, I'm ready to move on. Thank you. He is quickly letting go. The entire space is sort of melting away, and we are all being instantly like squeezed out of the earth or out of that space. We're just instantly being propelled out of it, and the entire space is drying up like that. That was a lot quicker than I expected. He really is. He really is set free. I'm seeing him going into the light now, and all that is left is a desert where you are laying down. The cape is no longer there. The dark ocean is no longer there. I put this necklace around your neck so that you can have your heart back and your song and your voice. You just start crying profusely. You take off your own pretend bandage where there was a broken heart there, just like his, and you pull it off, and you show that yours too was like a wart, grew incorrectly, and you were so embarrassed about that as well. But now you can go on to acknowledge that you are beautiful again, that you are healed, that you are not ugly. You are ugly for your choices or your experiences, or experience that made you feel violated. Any of that stuff is all healed, is all merging with this true heart of you. I thank your higher self for this gift and opportunity to heal this part of your soul. Your soul is very beautiful. Your soul is not associated with anything like that other energy. I ask this part of you if I can take you to heaven now. I do not like seeing you laying down in a desert. I know you have your heart back. I know things are healing. Can I take you somewhere beautiful that is a true reflection of who and what you are in this infinite universe? She actually is pulling her skin off, like she is shedding a skin with a new face underneath. She wants me to go back to the old woman and help her out of the dark forest. She should be in the light. I'm tired of seeing her trying so hard to get in the light. It's been me, it's been my fault that she has not been able to get there. I want her to be in the light now. She has been trying so hard for so long, and I want you to go to her. I'm ready to move on now. She is walking her own pathway, and she is now moving on. She's now sort of a mirage, and she was wearing a very deep maroon colored gown, all kind of sexy. It sort of hangs down really low. She's very beautiful shaped woman, sort of tight around her hips, but she's very beautiful shaped woman as she is walking into a distance, sort of turning into a mirage and disappearing. She wears the locket. It's the dark part of yourself, but it's a healed dark part of yourself. And those sides can be really wise. They're the parts of ourself that understand, that are compassionate. They're the parts of ourself that see wisdom about the suffering of others and don't think less of them, can still love those people. Souls who have endured the dark journey are far and have healed from it are extraordinarily compassionate human beings, extraordinarily deep, advanced thinkers, advanced feelers, philosophical minds. They understand things on a level that is not reactive, is not ego-based, and they're very good self-observant type people, and your soul is advanced. I'm going to find this old grandma. She does not deserve to walk alone in the dark forest. She has been on a long and weary journey. Spirit told me that I had to go through the forest in order to find my way to the light, so I did. I'm so tired. I don't know how to go on anymore. I just want to get into the light. I'm just so lost. Say, you're okay. In this part of the pathway with all these heavy, dense trees, there is a miracle energy that is moving, bending the trees all like rubber, moving them back, and now the light just pours down upon her. Spirit says you took the long journey, you followed my guidance, and now you shall receive The light that you have been searching for is now the gift we share with you. You are a blessing. Heaven pulls her up into the light. Heaven pulls her physical body and everything. It's not as if she died and then the spirit is risen. The physical body, the light itself is pulling all that she is, was and ever will be, into this. The sunlight is really bright. And it's all just like hands and light and energy, power energy, moving things aside and then pulling her upward into the light. Delicately helping, embracing her body in the hand and then pulling her up into the light. The light then holds her energy close to its heart. She is smiling, she is beaming, she is filling with light inside her heart. She is glowing, she is growing, she is turning into a star. She is merging entirely with this light. Her soul says it was worth it. It was worth it. The long journey, the dark journey, it was worth the wait. It was worth it to feel this version of love, this version of healing, this version of the light. It was worth it. She is happy now. She is free. She is whole. She is so happy. She looks at the consciousness that is you, the right side. You feel sort of left out in all of this healing going on because you're still that consciousness, but you're starting to notice that your heart is changing, that within you things are starting to feel different. You don't relate to those hiccups of feelings or energy that was creating an imbalance. You only feel love. Your eyes are glowing. Your eyes are real. Your eyes are made out of glowing light. You're seeing with new eyes. Seeing the left side. You are seeing this man with new eyes. You're feeling energetically different. You are seeing him in a way you have not been able to attain yet. And now you can see with new eyes. You energetically see. You feel different inside yourself, and the difference in your energy field creates a difference in the way you are perceiving this reflection of yourself. This reflection of yourself is now one you can embrace deeply from the bottom of your heart. Embrace it, hold it, love it, nurture it. It was you all along. It was your reflection all along. It was not a separate reflection. The unity, the oneness, that is you. It is you. He feels your heart is changing. He feels your energy field is changing, and his heart starts to glow. He feels healed inside himself when you are healed. And he is patient enough to say, can we embrace now? He never says it. He knows that you will come to him and embrace him when you are ready. You want him to say it now. You look at him and say, please say that thing. Please say, can I embrace you? Please say that to me. So he says, can I embrace you now? You look into his eyes and you say, yes, please. I have been longing to feel this energy of love between us for so long. I am finally free to feel our embrace. This embrace, this oneness, this unity of our souls. I feel so healed inside now. I feel like I can really experience your love and healing for me, and that I can reciprocate. I feel like we are in oneness, our hearts beating together. I feel the gift and the blessing of you. I feel the gift and the blessing of us. Hold me. He touches you on the back of your head and looks into your eyes. He welcomes you close to him so you can hear his heart beating in his chest. He's taller than you. You hear his heart beating. It's the most beautiful sound. You have not heard such a beautiful sound in a long time. You ask him to hold you tighter than this. You want to be closer than this, even still. He holds you, gives you a squeeze, and then he kisses you. There's a romantic moment here. You are welcoming of his gesture of love. You are welcoming of his kiss. You are welcoming of his energy. You are not resisting his love. You are thankful and grateful. You are welcoming for more of this energy, this intimate, connected love energy. This energy, I feel your sexual body is so free now, so free in expression, so free. There is no hesitation, there's no anger, there is no hurt, there is no backlash. You are able to open up that aspect of yourself and share it and freely and receive freely love in that way. It's extremely, it is your birthright, it is your divine essence, it is your blessing, it is your gift as a human being to experience this on earth as a human being in an intimate relationship, that it can be this sacred, this meaningful, this nurturing, this healing, and that you could long for it. There is a real developing intimate experience. Two lovers merging as one, not as two lovers, but now merging as one union. I do not feel a separation between left and right. I feel as though they are one now, complete as a man and a woman, but merged as one, yin and yang. It is infinitely beautiful, infinitely loving, infinitely tender. It's a breath of fresh air. This is exactly what you needed. You feel amazing. Your higher mind feels clear. Your senses emotionally feel clear. There is obviously work to do still, just through living, just through exploring how this energy work has rebalanced you is going to start to help your heart portal to grow. It feels like your heart portal has gotten a little bit tighter. So this will help stretch it out quite a lot as you start to feel the balance, because removing that violation from your sexual body, that part of your totality, is a huge shift in your identity and your balance and your completion of mind, body, spirit. You're going to be able to feed off of love in a way you were not be able to access before we did this journey together. And I can see you moving on to feel freedom in ways that you've longed for. And the heart portal will stretch naturally just by giving and receiving balanced flow of love that you are now able to accomplish. Everything is just paused out. This feels like things are complete now. I'm just gonna give it a pause for a minute. Excuse me. I just want to pause for a minute. That the work is done. Let me see what else I can do here to just take a moment's pause, and then maybe there's something additional. There's nothing additional. All right, I'm going to move out of your spiritual atmosphere, Erica. I bow before your higher self, who is a radiant angel of energy. She doesn't showcase angel wings, but she's got a reserved, simplistic side. But don't let that confuse you, because she is advanced, and she is solid, and she is a worthy and deserving soul for respect and reverence. And she is showing me there is sort of wind or air that is picking up this cape of light that she now wears with honor. She shows how this light energy is lifting up her spirit that much more, healing that part of herself. She is far more in the light now, thanks to this work, with that part of her soul healed. It's a big deal. She sends a ripple of loving energy into your heart to remind you of how high you can go in love, how far, how profound you can continue to radiate your energy, your mind, your gift of wisdom can soar on this planet. People don't know how to become, people don't know how to contemplate things on the level you do. I mean, you have amazing gifts within all of this that I don't even think you would consider as a gift, but it is. She wants you to feel the wise aspect and feel proud of yourself. She wants you to feel the heightened state of awareness, love, energy, and higher wisdom filling the mind, body, spirit. That is all. Okay, Erica, thank you for this marvelous experience. It was meaningful to me on a whole new level. I love helping those broken parts of souls return to the light. Not only did I get to heal your broken part of your soul, but that other soul that you had that lifetime with is now healing. It's finally healing. And I think you are going to go on this human journey feeling refreshed, renewed on a whole new level. And I can't wait to see how this pans out for you. I can tell already that you're going to be feeling refreshed and healed and amazing. So for those of you watching, if you're interested in experiencing a soul rebirth journey with me, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel.